Imagine it's tonight, not 1912, but right now. A state-of-the-art ocean liner, 10 times the mass of the original Titanic, is cutting through the North Atlantic at 22 knots. On the bridge, there are no binoculars. Instead, there is S-band radar, dual-frequency GPS, and forward-looking sonar that can see underwater obstacles miles away. The captain isn't squinting into the dark. He's looking at a screen that outlines every object within 50 miles. Everyone says the Titanic sank because they didn't have the tech. We have the tech now. We have the unsinkable algorithms. So, here's the question that keeps maritime investigators awake at night. In a world of perfect information, why do we still hit the ice? This isn't a story about a ship that didn't sink. This is a story about the one thing technology can't fix: us. This is Chronos Archive, where we question the certainty behind the systems we trust. To understand technology, humility, we first have to admit how much better we are today. In 1912, the Titanic's advanced tech was a Marconi wireless set. It was basically a glorified telegraph. They had no radar, no sonar. To find ice, they relied on two guys in a crow's nest fleet and looking for a black iceberg on a moonless night. Today, we have the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System. We have ICE's automatic identification system that lets every ship in the ocean talk to each other. If a modern Titanic approached an iceberg today, the ECDIS electronic chart display would be screaming. An alarm would trigger the moment the ship's projected path intersected with a known hazard. So, on paper, a modern Titanic is impossible to sink. But here is the paradox. In the last 20 years, maritime accidents haven't disappeared. In some sectors, they've actually increased. Why? Because of a phenomenon called risk compensation. Technology humility is the recognition that the better the tool, the more we tend to over-rely on it. When we feel safe, we take more risks. In 1912, Captain Smith was doing 22 knots through an ice field because he believed in his ship's 16 watertight compartments. Today, a captain might maintain high speed in a fog bank because the radar will catch it, but radar has blind sectors, sonar has noise, and GPS can be spoofed. Modern accidents like the Costa Concordia or the MV Sewell didn't happen because of a lack of technology. They happened because humans assumed the technology would act as a safety net for their own ego. We call this the automation bias. We stop double-checking the math because the computer has never been wrong before. Let's go back to our modern Titanic. The radar sees the berg. The alarm sounds, but the bridge crew is experiencing alarm fatigue. They've heard 500 pings today. This is just another one. The captain is looking at the egg disk, but the software is lagging. He tries to override the autopilot, but the system logic requires a 3-step confirmation. Narrator: in 1912, it took 37 seconds from the iceberg right ahead. Shout to the impact. In 2025, the impact still happens. Not because we didn't see the ice, but because we spent those 37 seconds arguing with the interface. This is the climax of the human-machine relationship, the moment where godlike technology meets primitive human panic. The Titanic didn't just sink because of ice. It sank because of a culture of certainty. And today, our certainty is digital. We often look back at 1912 and think, how could they be so arrogant? But are we any different? We trade unsinkable steel for unbreakable code. We trade lookouts for sensors. Yet, the North Atlantic is just as cold as it was 113 years ago. The ocean doesn't care about your firmware update. Technology humility isn't about being afraid of the future. It's about remembering that a tool is only as good as the hand that holds it. The moment we believe that technology has made us immune to nature, we've already started to sink. The Titanic is a lesson that is never finished. It's a reminder to keep our eyes on the horizon, even when the screen tells us it's clear. If you found this perspective on technology, humility, valuable, hit the like button and subscribe. We're exploring the intersection of human psychology and the machines we build every week. Now, I want to hear from you. What is one piece of technology in your daily life, your car, your phone, your work, that you think we've become too reliant on? Let's talk about it in the comments. Chronos Archive, where we examine the moments history thought were certain and discover what they were blind to. Thanks for watching.